Welcome back to another episode of Fire Red. As you can see, this is the team, and you're going to see at least a few of them struggle throughout. I actually recorded this yesterday, and today we are going to do the Route 3 Gauntlet, which is 8 trainers in 4 types and 3 Pokemon. Sorry about that. 3 Pokemon that we have to catch. And essentially no trades. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler here. And I'm going to say that one of them ended up being traded from Leaf Green because it was a 1% chance encounter. And I just could not find it, at all. Also, my voice keeps getting worse, so you're gonna hear this mess and a lot of coughing, and yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna do about that, but that's a future problem. So we are getting the running shoes, which I used at the beginning, and I don't think I used after that. So yeah, the trainers are using normal, bug, poison, and flying Pokemon. The flying Pokemon are really just Pidgeys and Spearows, but it's still considered a flying type, so I'm gonna consider that. And the Pokemon we need to catch are Jigglypuff and the 2 Nidos. And as you can see, I have all the starters. I have Rattata, I have Pikachu, and I have a Mankey. Now, this is around when I realized that I want the Spearow on the team. So I went and I'm basically exchanging Spearow for, I think, the Rattata. Pretty sure. Again, I filmed it yesterday. Yeah. So, here we go. Honestly, every time I boot up the game, I need to relearn all of it and how it works, and yeah, I wanted to organize some stuff. I wanted to rename it, but eventually I decided to not. So yeah, I just figured it's gonna take too much time during an episode, so I just didn't. You're also gonna hear a lot of sniffling because the weather is crazy and it makes my nose all runny. So yeah. So that is where the gauntlet actually starts. Trainer number 1. And honestly, with this particular file, it wasn't that big of an issue, but with the with Trader Girl file, it was more complicated. I had to go back a few times and heal during the gauntlet, and here I gauntlet during the gauntlet, and I had to go back and heal, and here it went considerably faster, which maybe I should just go back on the trader file and try and catch a Pikachu. That way I at least have a counter for flying types. But also water types, because there's a lot of them. Honestly, my biggest concern right now is getting a ground type over there, which... one second. Sorry about that. So I was saying it shouldn't be a problem because I'm about to go into Mount Moon in the other file as well. So there's at least an Onyx in there, which I don't want it for... I'm gonna need it eventually for Surge's gym. But mostly I wanted to fight the Team Rocket grunts. because I have no counter for them right now, and it's definitely going to be an issue. So yeah, so this is, I think, the second trainer, I'm not sure. This is also the third voiceover of the entire thing, which is, we're not even at 6 minutes. So yeah, it was hectic here at some point. And I am going, like, looking to the side a few times through the episode. It's because there were people here when I recorded, and like people were talking and people were walking, and at some point you're gonna see my brother go past the frame twice. So yeah, probably not the best place to do it in, but it's the best light and it's more comfortable for me. So it is what it is. So yeah, honestly, like you can see, I have counters for just about anything in this file, and in Leaf Green, it's definitely been more of a challenge on that front. So yeah. Also, we're gonna see at some point, Bulbasaur is not exactly 100% obedient. So I will have some issues with it in Misty's gym. And as long as it's fully leveled up, it's gonna be fine. And I can always just use Pikachu instead for it. So yeah, honestly, I don't really have a strategy. And very late into recording this particular episode, the part that you're seeing, at least I figured that I did not plan for catching the Pokemon in there. And yeah, so here I had to check the Bulbapedia guide because I wasn't sure which trainer that was, and I do it a few times during the episode as well. And yeah, so if you're hearing more noises in the background, my dog is playing fetch, and he tends to be kind of loud about it with his limbs. Yeah, he's clumsy but so cute. If you want to see a picture, I feature him pretty regularly on my floss tubes, so check that one out. Yeah. Yeah. If it helps, he looks like a shiny Furfrou. And that's about as close as I can describe him. Yeah. So I was looking at weaknesses on my phone, which is why the game is paused and I'm looking down. Although eventually I just decided to, like, I don't have any counters. That's actually when I realized that I don't have any counters, and I decided to just try and chip away at the HP with Leech Seed. And that is also when Bulbasaur started to not listen to me as much, which honestly was really frustrating when it happened, but it is what it is, and nothing much I can do about it, as frustrating as that is. And yeah, I think I don't know if I'm gonna do any more episodes like this where I'm recording myself and then I'm like filming myself playing and then recording the voiceover later. because it's basically recording twice, and I don't know if I like it. I also have a bunch of thoughts in the moment that I can't say if I can't talk. So, we'll see. And, at least Bulbasaur can't get poisoned, which is another one of the reasons why I chose him to do this battle to begin with. So yeah. And it's done. Honestly, that was one of the more frustrating fights I've had in this particular gauntlet. I also really wanted to level Spearow up because it was level 9 when I got it out of the box, and it desperately needed to be in the teens. And I think by the end of the episode it does get to the teens, but yeah, it was a really frustrating gauntlet. I basically realized that, well, the very reason why they say don't trade your Pokemon until after you defeat all the gyms. Which, yeah, probably should have taken that into account, but I kind of need all the starters in the beginning. So, yeah, also grinding afterwards, it's just, I don't want to do that if I don't have to. And if I don't have to means having them on the team during the actual gameplay. But, yeah, Scary the Spearow is getting a lot of experience in this gauntlet. There are like 2 or 3 bug trainers, and I elected to not use the Charmander for that very reason. I also thought literally everything, and I'm checking the guide again, and it told me that I need to go down, which is a very, very weird order, but it's fine, it's an order. And I definitely skipped a few of the trainers here when I did the gauntlet in the Leaf Green save, mainly because I had more issues than I anticipated. So yeah. But honestly, all I want to do with the Leaf Green save is just get through it and trade all the Pokemon that I can into it, well, from it into Fire Red, so it doesn't really bother me all that much that I'm having a harder time getting through it. And yeah, I have to go through the whole thing all over again and fight her. So I did see in advance which Pokemon she was going to use, which is why I switched between the 2 of them. People are cleaning at the moment, which is why there's water coming out. Yeah, so yeah, I don't remember why I chose Pikachu for this fight. I don't remember. I really don't. I really don't. Because, Mickey could have been so much easier. Yeah, also, this particular Pokemon, Nidoran F, or female, is the Pokemon that we had to trade over from Leaf Green, because over there's a 14% chance encounter, And over here, it's a 1% encounter. And you'll see it after I catch Jigglypuff and Neuron male. I tried. I kept getting birds. I don't need birds right now. Right, like all the birds I can get, I did get. So eventually I just got really, really frustrated and I decided to just trade it over from Leaf Green. So, yeah, that's what happened. Or I guess will happen in the video. I also filmed the trading, which will also be included later. And yeah, 3 bug trainers. And I just keep using Spearow for that because, again, leveling. And I actually don't remember if by the end of the episode I got to level 13 or 14. So like 1-3 or 1-4. I don't remember which one it was, but I do remember it was one of them. So it is really, really good. And I think I even used it to maybe catch a Pokemon or two. I don't remember. The only thing I do remember is that when Jigglypuff was like out here when I was trying to catch it. My dog is lying on the floor. It's so funny. When I was trying to catch it, the Jigglypuff, it put the Pokemon I was using to sleep. I think it was Pikachu. Pretty sure it was Pikachu. Anyway, I decided to do all of them. Like, all the fights, all the trainers. And I'm checking. I was checking the guide again. And I decided to do all the trainers before I actually start catching the Pokemon. So, yeah. This is actually a really high level Jigglypuff. Like, all of the Jigglypuff that you can catch in this route are level 3. All the ones I saw, at least, are level 3. Which means at least switch training, if not, anything else. But honestly, it's fine. So now I'm checking everybody's moves to see which ones I can actually use to catch Pokemon. Because, well, they're all pretty high level. And there's a very big chance that the traded starters will be an issue. So I essentially just ran from the Pokemon that I don't need to catch and focused on the ones that I do need to catch. And I decided to just paralyze them and then catch them because I couldn't take any risks with Bulbasaur killing them. Okay, so yeah, it is Pikachu that the Jigglypuff put to sleep. Yeah. There we go. And I think it's still asleep, actually. I don't remember if I healed them before I saved for the trade. I think I may have did. I think I may have. I don't remember. But anyway, Jigglypuff is added to the Pokédex. And I named her Poppy because a pop star. And she looks like a balloon and balloons pop. So, Poppy. Also, the really, really big eyes kind of seem like she's high on something. So it also kind of works because poppies are pretty famously being used to make opium. And opium was like, the original drug. So it works on like 3 levels. Sorry about that. Yeah, and I accidentally critted it. I really thought Scratch would do very little, and it did not. And now I'm trying to find the male Nidoran again, and getting increasingly frustrated, and just switching to something else. Because Minky's Scratch is supposedly not as powerful, or not as high probability for it to actually crit. I don't actually know what I was thinking, but oh, spoiler alert, it worked. Right? And actually, the entire episode, I'm just talking about it, and a couple of seconds later, it actually happens. And as you can see, it worked. You know, the Scratch did not crit, it did not kill, and I was able to catch it. See? Yeah, and I don't think I even saw a female Nidoran, and if I did, I killed it by accident, which is essentially what made me decide to just get it from the other game. And I don't actually know if it's in this game or that game, because I definitely ran into 2 female Nidorans, and I definitely killed one of them. I didn't mean to, but I killed accidentally one of them, and I needed to literally go and try and find another one. And I think it was actually the other game. I don't have any footage of it, so I mean, I guess just take my word for it. I don't expect you to, but it is what it is. Oh, it's level 5. I honestly didn't even notice when I was recording it. I probably should have got that one because it's 2 levels higher, but it's fine. So, yeah, as you can see, the Minky is poisoned. There's not a lot of HP left, and makes me think I definitely healed before I traded, but I'm not sure. Honestly, this is just me trying to find a female Nidoran, and I eventually gave up and decided to just go for the other one, but this is before I gave up, and I kept getting birds and Mankeys and the other Nidoran of what I wanted, like the other gender, and eventually I gave up. I was really tired of it, and that is when the Mankey fainted. I needed to switch because I could not trust Bulbasaur, and this is where I tried Squirtle, and the same disobedient thing happened. Eventually I decided that I want to trade, and I tried to catch, I believe it was a Pidgey, and that's actually when I discovered that I shouldn't. So this is where I'm trying to get to the other patch of grass, to maybe get the thing, and I think I'm trying it a few more times, a few more around. I think I'm trying it a few more times, and eventually give up and try and catch like the first Pokemon that comes up, which ended up being a Pidgey. Which, yeah, see, this is where I decided to actually try and get it. So I figured Tackle wouldn't do a lot of issues, but it's not obeying orders, and killed the Pidgey. Yeah, that was really frustrating. But yeah, eventually I just switched it with Spearow and tried again, and yeah. To be honest, I probably should have picked up a Jigglypuff and traded that for the female Nidoran, because that way, sleep would have been so much easier to catch a Pokemon with sleep. And it worked. you know, it would have worked so much better. But I didn't think of that. Also, I really didn't want to deal with sleep. So that is the Pidgey that we are going to be trading. And yeah, I went straight in there. Yeah. So this is really just, Route 4 is really nothing that serious. And what was I doing here? I moved everything to its rightful spot. So box 1 is the ones that I'm trading away, box 2 is the ones that I need to evolve, box 3 is the ones that are already evolved, which is why I really wanted to arrange it like that. And yeah, I healed. I definitely healed. And the bald guy in the white tank top is the one selling Magikarp. And this is a time to ask you guys, yes to the Magikarp or no to the Magikarp. So let me know in the comments below, yes or no. And if there's more yeses than nos, this is when I pulled up the other one and caught the female Nidoran. For some reason I still filmed it, and then I realized I don't have to film it, and I just closed it. But yeah, let me know. Yes, and I'll get a Magikarp. No, and I'll just catch it later when I actually get the old rod, because it's like everywhere when you use the old rod. So yeah, let me know. And this is where I finished. And this is where I'm trading. So again, I'm trading my Pidgey for traders. Yeah, it was literally like 40 minutes of her just standing there doing nothing in this particular save file. But I'm trading my Pidgey for traders Nidoran female. And that honestly would be the end of the video. And I really, really wish I could show both games. But I tried it in this one and it did not work. So, yeah. You can actually see both of them moving, which I think is kind of nice. So, my team is full. Trader's team is 2/3 of the way. And, now I think I'm gonna go back with Trader and get the Jigglypuff, place so I can trade it, and yeah, so I can catch Pokemon easier and trade Pokemon easier, and any Moonstones I get in Leaf Green, I am definitely going to give Pokemon that I'm trading, so I can have all 4 Moonstones that I need in Fire Red. So we'll see. This is like the trade is done, and I'm wrapping it up. And I am showing you guys that I did in fact get Ladyhorn, the female Nidoran. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will catch them all. Also I kind of moved it into this place because I do still want Spearow and not really Nidoran at the moment. Although I might change my mind later in the... Yeah, I already did. I ended up getting the male one because it's supposed to be more powerful. And yeah, that's it. So until next time, I will catch them all. Yeah, I keep timing them wrong. Yeah, so I'm going to train the male Nidoran and then... Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and I'm not gonna did the thing again. So thank you very much for watching, and let me know, Magikarp or no Magikarp.